It's Kendy and Raybo's podcast, coming at you with the freshest podcast. It's a podcast.
Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre of Wonderful Food Items and the Blind Tiger's fruity cocktail drinks with alcohol. You're after fucking it up, Brendan.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're very welcome to the Kendy Raybo podcast. This is a special interview we're doing, Raymond. Isn't that facts?
Tis.
Tis facts. We're here with a brand new up-and-coming show band, Abbey and the Chasers. And the boys are coming to a pub near you, lads. So keep an eye out now, doing all the hits. No, we're here with Chase and Abbey, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to say hello, boys?
How we doing, everyone? What's the crack?
How we doing?
Thanks for having us. Welcome to Tullamore, or Geishel, Offaly.
Geishel.
Yeah.
What's wrong with Offaly and calling things funny names? I have a brother-in-law from Blue Ball. That's not a place.
And he's been in it ever since. That's the fucking thing, man.
Yeah, that's the centre of Ireland, that, actually. Blue ball is, it's like, there's a blue ball hanging from like a telephone pole in the middle in blue ball, and it's apparently the actual centre of Ireland.
Lads, the
centre of the universe.
That's like the equator of Ireland.
Yeah.
Blue balls.
Come here, lads, before we go any further now, because we discriminated against you before we started, and Ray said that you all sound the same. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So can we distinguish between the same voice and you all say your names, if that's okay? We let the people out there know.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll start with you.
So I'm B, Johnny B.
I'm Ronan, or Ro.
Why is it Ronan?
No, it's Ronan.
That's when he's getting in trouble. Ronan!
And what do they call you then?
Ro.
Yeah. Right, so Johnny B, nothing to the other Johnnies, no?
Oh, no.
That's the original.
There it is.
I'll take a drink after that one.
Ray, who are we on about again there? What are you saying? Would you stop bringing up the other podcasts all the time. What's your name?
Ted.
That's Ted over there.
Or Teddy.
Is it Ted for short or something? Are you William?
I was christened Ted.
You christened Ted?
And the priest said to my mother, well, actually, my mother thought I'd have to be called Edward. Right. Because that's the
full name of it.
That's the full name.
Ted Ward.
But the priest was all good with it. He said, no bother, boy. Work away.
Ted, and what age are you?
28.
Sorry now for zoning in on you. I know you lads are important too. But I'll be honest, since I got here, you have been the most fascinating member of the Abbey and the Chasers.
And what is it, Ray, you found fascinating about him? Why are you zoning in on him?
Because...
And I thought we warned you about zoning in on people like this. Were you not told?
Because, Ted, truth be told, I've met you a number of times at gigs. Yes. So I've done the sound for you the odd time.
Right.
And out of the three of you, right, you'd be the man that I'd be most afraid of. You were always quieter.
Is it because of the head in him?
It might have been. It probably was. You could say it was the head in him.
Yeah.
I kind of took you as the kind of the most creatively responsible out of the band and the first person to possibly criticise something that was going wrong. So I was afraid of you. But having been around you for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes...
He's only a bollocks.
Yeah, there's no need to be afraid
of him. He's lovely.
It's funny, I get that quite a lot, actually.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Do people judge you like in the wrong way? Or do they think that you're... What way do they come
Well, I think I am quiet. More like, and I'm a little bit reserved, maybe.
Yeah.
Until I get a bit more comfortable.
That's right.
Yeah. You can't judge a book by its Kendy.
Yeah, no, but I also think like it's just because like he's out of his fucking head. So
yeah,
just the difference between both. It just probably looks a bit more drastic because he's.
And where are you then? Are you somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle.
You're definitely in the middle.
Yeah.
And I would have always gone, oh, he's the friendliest out of the whole bunch. He'd come in and go, well, what's the crack? How are you? And then you're kind of a little bit less, and then you're the most reserved because he clearly runs things.
I wouldn't say I run things, no, but you're right in terms of I'd be the most critical.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
See?
Critical of yourself, like?
Everything.
Self-critical.
It's a good observation.
Yeah, it's a good observation.
It is.
Do you find that if you get too self-critical, it becomes hate of yourself? Because I hate myself a lot.
Jesus, a therapy session.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, I'm only saying what I'm in the chair for it. Like, but like self-critical stuff is, you know what I mean? It can be dangerous enough too, especially boys in your line.
Yeah, it's been creative industries, definitely, like, because you're trying to create something and you're like, that's.
Yeah, I think it's just standards, really. It's just like trying to create a standard and trying to meet that standard, and if you don't meet that standard, just be accountable for it and take responsibility. That's kind of it.
That's good, yeah. But what happens with me then is I go, we didn't hit that standard, right? And we really need to. And then I go, I'm going to sit in my room and hate myself for a week. Solid.
Yeah. No, I can turn into that. For sure.
I start whipping myself. Sorry, Rick.
Would you be the main one now? This is speaking to ye pair boys, I suppose. Would Ted be the main one to be the first to kind of go, no, it's not good enough? Or is he What way does it? Who was that guy?
It probably is.
Yeah, I would be Teddy.
Yeah. Well, in
a good way, though.
In a good way,
Yeah.
and but also in lanes, like. Do you know what I
We
mean?
all have our lanes.
Yeah, we all have our lanes. So like,
There'd be things where, for example, I trust the boys more than I trust myself. So I'd ask, "Is this good enough?" And they'd either go yes or no.
yeah, and we'd ask him obviously the same. We all have our lanes. That's
So what are your lanes? This is great. Now we didn't even.
Well,
have
you're
to-
in the overtaking lane, and he won't overtake.
Yeah.
Down the
what
back
it is.
lane, I'd be most of the time.
What he's in the hard shoulder. That's all.
What's your specialities in the group? By the way, you're called Chase and Abbey, not the other thing you started with.
Abbey and the Chasers.
It's a good twist.
We
on it.
were actually-
if we ever go into weddings.
You could go into weddings. Lads.
we were called Chase and Amy during the week.
Yeah.
Jason.
Catherine Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah, Chase and Amy. Yeah,
That's
'cause that's
live
the
on
film.
television.
Live on television.
As long as
I-
Captain Thomas knows who you are, that's enough.
Yeah, she was
Fair
up
enough.
dancing.
She was up dancing with us. Jay's Raybo. You'd love it.
Yeah.
Can I ask you who chased Abbey and why? Why did that happen? Which one he was chasing Abbey in the first place?
This is lanes right now. I always
Right.
answer this question.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, did we
There you
just
go.
ask?
Ray's loving it.
We just asked an industry question. I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so how did you go chasing Abbey the first? And where is she now?
I'll tell you now
Is
how
she
it started.
married?
It actually
No, sorry.
it started in this very
This
room.
very room.
Right.
Yeah.
We met up. We were meeting up every day making music, and we had like, you know, those really shit computer monitor speakers. They're like,
Yes.
Yeah.
The little dial on the front.
Oh
of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were
Ah.
deadly,
And you
man.
pushed them in,
Blowing
turned it
the
on.
shit.
Yeah.
Windows 95 job.
pretty
yeah.
sure they were blown. They were terrible, and we
Some
had a
crunch
laptop. And we had a tiny little MIDI, like one of those, those really small ones.
It
like
was
this size.
it was an Apple MIDI actually. It wasn't even like
No.
like any of
But anyway.
respectable brand. Anyway.
We were making music every day we came in, and we thought this was class. Like we had this Ableton. We were like, we have a home studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were loving it. So we were making music, and we had, at the time, we had no name. So we were, we were making music, and we nickname absolutely everything. So like everything, like we all have nicknames ourselves. Teddy, B, Ro. Everything's nicknamed.
Yeah.
And we nicknamed the audience that we were making the music for Abbey.
Right.
Jesus.
Just
So-
as a reference.
It was
Because
really-
Jay's
it was-
Abbey loved that. you know.
That's deadly.
It was a really important tool creatively as
But
well.
did you
Yeah.
know an Abbey? Was she based?
No.
in
No,
Tullamore?
or it was
Actually,
a genderless, really.
Yeah.
Very, very forward thinking
Oh,
there.
that's so
Yeah.
forward. You guys are so inclusive, you guys.
I know.
That,
Well,
Yeah.
no, but this was actually
Everybody
we're
love
not-
us.
We're not trying to fit in there. Those were actually the thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had this thought the other day. I think a big reason of nicknaming the audience is because we were after coming from a folk scene.
Yeah.
So we were making music for probably a total
Different audience.
different audience.
Yeah, we're trying to
Different
adjust.
Can I interject there?
Go
now?
on.
Yeah,
And
go
I
on.
didn't want you to. I'm going to put your hand here.
Yeah.
And for everybody home on the Patreon, you can see me doing that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
You do Patreon or
We do the Patreon. They get the video on the
You
Patreon.
fancy
So
bastard.
now-
Yeah, the big
so I'm
fancy
touching
heads.
Mark's hand here, and I go, I didn't tell you.
It's worth every
These
penny
lads-
right there.
Yeah, you have to pay to watch Ray touch me hand. So we're about this close to an OnlyFans. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
These lads started off in trad.
Right.
But you mightn't have known that or did know that.
No.
Brendan nearly told us on the way up.
Yeah.
You were how many of you were in a band called Rugged Wood?
All three of us.
Yeah,
All three of you were in
I
Rugged
came
Wood.
in later.
And there was a few more. There was
Yeah.
it
There's
was
a few
a
more,
five
yeah.
piece.
There was a
So
fight.
what did you play in your? Because I remember doing sound feet in
Sound.
the Fla.
Yeah.
which is
Guys,
back in
we did one
2014.
gig in Sligo.
No shagging way. You
I
did the
know,
flag.
I'm not messing. There was enough instruments on stage for 20-piece band.
Yeah. So this is a big change of lanes. So to
We
speak.
played everything.
Where was the gig in Sligo that you
Fifth
did?
on Teal.
Fifth on Teal.
You did fifth on Kendy during the flat. I probably saw it then.
No, you.
Did
No,
you
we
do the
gigged
tent out the
there-
back?
No.
No.
Oh, that was
It
the TG Camera
In the room, and then we played before the Stripes
Yeah.
in there.
Oh, jeez.
We played a good few gigs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Fifth.
What did you play each? What was your main instrument?
I played. No.
That one night, man.
This
I'll
is
never
interesting
forget
because
that. There was a videographer there. As
I
well.
played
That's why it's so
piano, kick drum at the same time. I also played guitar. Not at the same time.
Not at
but-
the same time.
You're like a boy on Shop Street with all the stuff on it. You know, he's hitting the
Man,
fucking
I
cheese.
literally was.
What
I
was worse is he had the kick drum and I had the tambourine. So we had the percussion.
Yeah,
was
you had to be up
split
and
up.
down
It
it.
was
Yeah.
like boom, cha.
Jeez.
Me and him spent countless hours getting that tight.
And
we
we
were
were
fucking tight.
Yeah,
we
were.
were.
We were.
And
on
what did
a
you
lot.
play? Ro-
Banjo, the tambourine. I was playing banjo and tambourine.
And tambourine.
Bit of vocals, and then we
vocals as
swapped.
well.
I did piano for a song, and you went
Yeah, I
out
played
and did
guitar.
You're
guitar.
the big
And
multi-instrumentalist
Yeah.
heads
Yeah.
in you.
Yeah.
I was guitar and vocals.
You were
Yeah.
guitar and vocals.
Yeah.
But the big question I had now was, when did you kind of go, couldn't be arsed doing this anymore?
Well, like
Was it the kick drum?
You know
I like that.
No, it was the tambourines of it.
I tell you what, that didn't help.
I tell you what, it's a big part, I'd say, of why we don't bring any gear with us anymore. We just turn up to gigs with a laptop, that's it.
That's funny now, coming from a trad band. Trad bands have been notoriously small amounts of gear. They're literally just an instrument.
Okay.
Do you know? But I mean, when do you remember, was there a moment when you kind of went, will we try this? Or was it always there in the background?
I think we were sick. Now, this is no disrespect to anybody else who does other things in music, but
now we're getting to the good stuff.
We didn't want to make another guitar band or another trad band.
How dare you say that? Because I play guitar all the time as well.
Sure, you fucking love metal bands,
What's
don't you?
wrong with that? No, metal bands don't start, boy. Crocodile. So come here, you didn't want to make another guitar band.
Do you know, like, there's so many, and like,
and one of you owned a laptop. You said, "Fuck this, let's go for it."
Literally. Well, we were listening to all those tunes with our friends. Like, we'd be going to house parties and all, and we couldn't slap on like an acoustic guitar song that we wrote.
Yes.
You know, but we wanted to show our friends what we were doing. Like, you know.
So what's your genre then? What's your genre now?
Pop dance.
Pop dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elements of hip hop.
Yeah.
And like the market in Ireland for pop dance elements of hip hop. What's it like?
Well,
because I'm coming at this relatively ignorantly because it's not an avenue that I know that well.
I suppose we didn't even look at it in terms of Ireland. We were looking at it
Internationally.
Yeah.
It was non-existent when we started.
When we started, and that good thing was on the radio, it was on Today FM, and people were just texting in that
You
saying,
did fierce well with that. Like.
It
was the first Irish dance song to get into top 10 radio ever.
Yeah.
Second way.
Yeah.
You're like the new
number
Mania
9.
2000s.
Number 9 in the airplay chart. But people were texting in saying, this isn't Irish. And then I remember Dermot and Dave and that were laughing. They're like, it's Irish, but it's from Tullamore as well. And they're like, no fucking way is it. Never mind just Ireland. Like, you'd expect it to be Dublin or whatever. But that's how it started, It was new territory, I suppose. But since then, there's been loads. Like,
since then.
Now there's a big enough scene.
So what we're saying is we started.
So you started the electronic pop dance scene in Ireland then?
Yeah, that's very good of you to do
fair
that.
play to you.
It was nice of us.
It's very
nice of us.
Is there many people rolling in behind that genre now as well, like in Ireland, you know, as another act?
Yeah, there's loads.
Are you the best of them?
That's a good question, Mark. I was going to ask that too.
I tell you, there's been a few in the last couple of years that have absolutely killed it internationally as well.
Right.
Belters only. There's been loads. Like,
I wouldn't say we started. Like, I think the thing we brought to it was before that it was like Maniac 2000, which is like DJ remix, that kind of vibe. We actually brought original music to that world.
More on early songs.
See, we're very song
driven. We're very song driven.
See, then that's where the bit of folk and all starts coming into it. And in that good thing, there is a little banjo riff comes in. See, when we started it was funny. We were mad to keep some sort of trad thing in it. Like,
it was hard to let go.
We were mad. We did. Like, when we first started, it would have been nearly like 50-50, like the drums and that might have been electronic, but there'd still be guitar and other stuff, and slowly just became, right, fuck all the instruments. You know?
there was one stage we had a drum kit set up out there. We were bringing in cables, brought like a big multi-rack, whatever it is, in here trying to record fucking drums in that room.
Yeah.
And we're like, do you know what?
You were big Coldplay heads and you going,
exactly.
Trying to fit this in.
And then we were through our first like year or two doing festivals. We had just a full DJ setup. And we had a banjo with a million loop pedals and all, or fucking effect pedals, right? And then it started like, it was just such hassle for one or two songs.
Yeah.
And the thing would start cutting out.
We got a lot of tech problems with
it was all wireless mics and three of us running around stage.
How do you tune a banjo?
And it's just, everything is fucking electronic. And then like everything perfectly in time and tuned a lot. And then a banjo.
I have this theory, right, ignorant as it may be, that if a banjo player does a 2-hour gig, right, an hour 50 of that is him tuning it.
Oh, it is shocking.
Why do banjos?
Back there's like when we were doing that,
true, man.
I was playing it and you'd be just maybe the first bar in and you'd know that the string is out of tune. You're like, oh, this is gonna be tough.
Honest to God, like,
you can't go and tune it. Like,
one of my favorite bands in the world is a band called the Abbey Brothers, right? And they have a 5-string banjo player because they're kind of Americana. I've seen them live twice. And I ended up going, Jesus Christ, man, he should have a different banjo for every song that's pre-tuned and brought out to him again.
Even back in the day with like Mumford and Sons were doing it, class, and I still saw them a couple of times, and like the banjo could just be baiting out a tune. It's just one of those things. Like,
so here's the shagging thing then. So you get a 3-4 octave keyboard now. You plug it into your computer, and you can make a perfectly in tune banjo. That sounds lovely.
It's the dream. It's the fucking.
You know,
we have 3 of them in this room.
Yeah,
there's 3 banjos, and I don't see any banjos in this room. I'm not gonna lie, somehow. But and that's the avenue that you've gone down then.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Just to try make something unique, original, different.
Yeah.
Do you have a song out now? And it's called Lie. And it seems to be taken off for you.
Yeah.
Because it's and crazily catchy.
Yeah.
And it's
quite Irishy as well.
We've got a lot of comments on the chorus of it sounding very Irishy.
So I had listened to it yesterday and today coming into this thing. Like,
no,
it's already it's already something that like we said, you played it then again. Here's some remix of it on TikTok or whatever. But it gets stuck into your skull, doesn't it? Like,
it's interesting because we were playing it live, and before we'd start, we said, right, we've this next song want to teach you the chorus of it. Like, you've never heard it before, but we want to sing. It's very easy to sing, so we want you to sing it with us. And we say it goes like this: lie, 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 lie. And once you hit halfway, the crowd finish it. They know where it's going. It's weird.
That's a subconscious thing.
It's
in the
a weird
skull,
Irish. There's something in it.
And so with something like that then as well, so the hook-driven element of music, right?
Yeah.
How far down the line do you go? Because do you only write music just to try and write hooks that might get you on TikTok, some young one shaking her arse to it? Or do you try and write music that makes you feel nice inside your bodies?
We always start with the chorus, really.
Yeah.
We're big fans.
Like, there's a balance to it, I think.
But do you start with the hook and you go, at least there's a hook there?
A lot of time we start with banging beat.
Yeah.
More the feeling we do chase is a lot of the time is kind of like you're with the boys, you want a bit of a bop, like or you know, like a house party scene or something filthy enough. Usually is rather than like we want to
filthy.
fucking make a TikTok dance song. We never really would have that sort of mindset.
Yeah. You want something that like what was the name of that song? Big Dirty Mouldy Bass.
Stinking bass. Exactly.
Big pucky sowy bass.
Like the filter.
Dirty bastard York and fucking so that one.
I don't need no speed.
Yeah, so that song, like, I don't really listen to that much of that kind of stuff, but that one always sticks out in my skull. If I was out of it at a house party, which I haven't been out of it at a house party in about 10 years, like, but that's the kind of, do you know what I mean? But you called it filth there. That was lovely.
Something filthy.
Oh, that's lovely.
It is, yeah.
That's it. There's a great.
We have a friend called
word.
Big Filthy.
We do.
So there's a couple of reasons why you could be called Big Filthy. Now, so
you know, he is a giant.
The first reason is he's 6'6".
He's huge.
All right, okay. The second reason is his boots full
he
of
likes
porn.
it filthy.
The second reason is he goes filthy.
All right, okay.
Shout out, Phil.
Yeah, fair play to you, Filth boy. I'd love to meet you. Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course you can, Ray.
Hand up, please.
Is Ray, are you in the podcast as well?
Ray's over here just sculling cans.
I do get run away with myself.
I don't get away out of Sligo too often.
No.
Lately, you know. I have 2 things now. First of all, ye obviously when you play, there's a 4th member.
Yeah, DJ.
Where are they?
DJ Poodle.
That's DJ Poodle.
DJ who?
Poodle.
Poodle.
Yeah.
Poodle, yeah.
Like a doggy.
Yeah,
Like
so
a doggy. He used that. Well,
He has 2 names.
2 names: Pitbull and Poodle.
Pitbull and Poodle.
Right, is that 2 different versions of him, is it? Is it?
Yeah.
What's he like when he's the pitbull?
Oh,
Lord above.
very careful.
He's gonna fuck you up.
What's his name? Real name?
Andy.
Andy. And where does Andy live? He's not from Tullamore.
I
is
know
he?
he is, yeah. We grew up with Andy as
How
well.
come he's not here to talk to us?
Well,
DJs don't matter, Ray, in this business. Let me tell you this now.
Andy is a big part.
He's a crucial part.
Crucial
He is,
part,
yeah.
But it's
He's not that crucial now, man. He's not sitting here.
But it's only when it comes like he's a big part of the live setup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's.
he wouldn't be in the studio with us.
He won't be in the studio. Okay. Yeah.
Can I get a bit... No, I don't want to get weird with it. So Andy, right? Or Poodle or Pitbull. He'll probably be Pitbull after I finish this. But anyway. So Pitbull, right? I was at a festival in Sligo last year called Wild Roots, right? Wonderful little festival of people enjoying their lives, okay? There was a lot of DJ acts at that, right? And there was one rapper gentleman. And this rapper gentleman, right? This rapper gentleman had a man behind him who was his DJ man.
Right.
He slapped the space bar, right? And then he was round then going like this to the crowd. How he buys any crack, right? So how much of that does Pitbull do? I'm going to call it Pitbull now because he's ripping with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is.
Vibes in.
Yeah, that is our setup.
Is he a hype man? Is that what they call them?
No.
No, not really. Like,
He doesn't have a mic.
He doesn't have a mic. He will be like dancing in the background, but
He looks amazing on stage.
Yeah.
I will agree with you
He does
there.
look fucking savage.
It's a bit like, and I know this is completely off topic. There's a conversation going on in our house at the minute about whether or not a DJ is needed for a wedding. Right. Now
Okay.
you can easily put up a playlist together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
equally, you could if you have tracks that you're working with, you could easily give that sound in your hit play when you're ready there.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it'll work, right?
Yeah.
But without the DJ on the stage,
Yeah.
it's psychologically wrong.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Correct.
Exactly.
So you have to pay someone €300 or more at a wedding to play
Plus
Footloose.
tax.
Yeah.
Tax,
Yeah.
Plus that.
it's amazing the impact it has.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
It is, but I tell you, like it's like when you're doing say you're doing a big tent gig, like you can't just pull anyone up and say, "Hey, play when we tell you
Yeah.
to
No,
play."
that's
Like
true,
and
yeah.
look the part, be
Yeah.
the part. Like it's a
Yeah.
it's a big fucking job as well. Like
So
it is.
that's the thing. I'm seeing it more and more now creeping in. Like, and there's
Yeah.
certain boys who have more famous guys behind them.
Yeah.
Than,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they are these. Well,
Yeah.
your man's called Pitbull and Poodle. He's obviously got a
Exactly.
personality.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know?
I
Oh,
think it's a big
definitely, yeah.
influence from rap.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
performances
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in
Yeah.
the day,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
NWA and
Oh,
stuff.
there'll be 40 of them on stage. You don't know which one of them is.
yeah, yeah.
Where'd you get the style out of? Because whenever I see if Chase and Abbey were to come into your local pub or venue,
Yeah.
right, I would expect to see three lads dressed head to toe in black with caps and puffer or bomber jackets, whichever you would call
They
them.
mean they check your ID on the door and then they come in. Then they do the gig after that.
But for as long as I've known you in this current guy,
Yeah.
that's your style. Is that something that just naturally happened, or I don't mean to draw attention to
No,
it now?
no,
as Ted sits in the corner dressed exactly as I described.
It's the town. It's the Tullamore town he look like.
Yeah.
Is
Is
that
it?
what it is?
Oh, it is big
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Is it?
We
Yeah.
kind of just
Okay.
got it straight off the streets of Tullamore, pretty
Like
much.
we're not trying here at all. This is literally just wake up on the board.
I
Yeah.
love that from the streets of Tullamore.
It is, yeah.
The mean streets of Tullamore. ladies and
It's like a
gentlemen.
Midlands 103
On your way home, drive through Tullamore, you'll see about 15 Chase and Abbeys.
So, so is there a shop in Sligo? We've place called EJ's Menswear.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, shout out
Yeah,
EJs.
they
We
sort
know
us
the
out
boys.
many times,
We've
yeah.
been there.
We know the
Where
boys.
have you got in
The
Tullamore?
sports shops, lifestyle sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
City sports,
Gotcha.
a lot, yeah.
We don't
And
have
what's the so? What is the style then? Is it like half? Like I'm looking at you now. Like is it like half relative sportswear, but then
Yeah, a bit of
Yeah.
something.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like sportswear, then like mixed with cargo pants and
And
Yeah.
if it
Yeah.
rains, you're prepared.
yeah, like bombers. And
But
Yeah.
we will be well, not really recently, but we used to be partial to full tracksuit. Where
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't gone full tracksuit in a while.
No, I
Yeah.
think we need to bring it back. It's
Last
where
time
you
we
know
was-
the fucking bottoms and the top.
Anytime you go full tracksuit and you walk into a room, you get a few.
That happened to
Yeah.
us.
Oh, yeah.
Mosney, Community Games, Variety Act. We were all wearing the exact same tracksuit.
Uh-oh.
It really hit people.
It
struck
does.
a
It
chord.
hits them hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it's the Blues Brothers approach. You know,
Yeah.
uniform. Where did you? Who met each other first?
We went to the same school.
Yeah.
In Tullamore, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Clash
Right.
Cullum.
Who's we now? You just said we.
The three of us.
The three
the three of
boys.
you.
Sorry.
Three of us,
Three
yeah.
boys.
Self and Ted were in the same class
Yeah.
since first year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I-
I'm 3 years younger.
I had a feeling, all right,
Why
yeah.
are you saying that?
The young head in you.
The
So when
Powell
they
and-
were in, where, how did you end up then meeting Ron?
Look,
just
We
so-
saved them.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, we saved
Sure,
him.
the boys hadn't a clue.
He was in awful bother
the
before he
boys
met
hadn't a
us.
clue,
Awful
and they
bother.
said, "Jesus." Ted said to me, "Fuck, we may get young Bell up. We need a fucking hand."
To quote our cameraman at the moment, Brendan, would these two boys, would Ted and Johnny been the cool boys when you started school?
Oh, very.
Yeah.
were you looking up?
He
then?
will never say that.
Yeah.
Well, come
Not
on
to
now.
talk. Not to talk.
There were now.
He was. He was. He's lying. He is lying.
He was a little
no,
goal
no.
me going round the place.
Yeah,
No, no, no.
you'd be cycling by the house and everything, would you? Just hoping they'd say, "Come on in for a minute." Like,
Myself and B were.
You were the cool boys.
Well,
Jesus.
you could say cool, but you could also say bowled.
Bow.
Oh.
Very
Yeah.
I
bad.
tell you a story. We were
Jesus.
before I met the boys.
Cut the
Before,
mic.
before I met the boys, so 3 years younger, and we'd assembly before school every single day.
Yeah.
And
What is this?
every day after the assembly would end with, can such a year just go to the lecture room, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like teachers want to talk to you, they're grand. The whole school was like, yeah, grand, they're going there again, they're going there again. We thought it was because they were 5th years, 6th years, needed like extra help, and this was serious. And then when I actually met the boys, started chatting to them, it was just they were getting their heads off them every
away.
day.
jeez.
Our year was.
What would you have done now?
Just
give us a
pure
flavour.
messing.
Absolutely nothing we can say. because it's all incriminating.
Right. Would you have been known for taking a young gentleman like Ronan and putting him into the showers, perhaps, in the middle of the day and fully clothed?
Hopping him into a bin, maybe.
No, we weren't like that.
Not so much that. No, just doing stupid.
Really like stupid, harmless stuff.
Yeah,
just stuff you couldn't be doing in school.
I remember in first year, like the first 3-4 weeks of school in first year, and we're in CSPE class, and
Very useful.
The principal of the year, the principal of school always took that.
That particular class.
That class, yeah. And I was sitting down the back, and for some, I don't know why I did this, but I got a bottle of Tipex, poured it on the chair beside me, drew a big, huge knob, all right, and put my initials beside it.
He signed it, and all.
I signed it. I got detention for 2 months. Straight after that.
You thought you were going to be the next Banksy, like you were like, this is now like I work at
I was cleaning chairs every lunchtime for 2 months.
I still actually remember that. I remember that.
All the boys going out making
Where's
friends.
B? He's in cleaning chairs.
There with a fucking Brillo pad just going.
Whenever I was in primary school, right, so I'd say I was about maybe 11 or so, right? Yeah. We landed in one day. We landed in one day and found out that the school was after getting broken into, right? Oh. So we were all put into the assembly hall while they tried to decipher what had actually happened because there was broken windows and stuff, right? And we soon found out the most minor thing they'd done was our principal had a big nose. They drew him on the whiteboards. We were like, oh, that's funny, like, but not really criminal. One of them shit in the photocopier. That was had photocopied it.
That is brilliant.
It was beautiful when it came out, though, I have to say, right? And then
do you still have it? Do you still have it on the wall in the house?
No, they still, it's still up at the school, like as a reminder, like, you know. Don't ever shite the photocopier. But so we all word was going around the school like I heard there was a shite in the photocopier, lads. No way. So we're all waiting in assembly, and the principal came down with a guitar, right? Because we used to all leave our guitars in the school, you know.
Right. Everybody in Roscommon had a guitar.
Everyone had a guitar. Yeah. Everyone played some whistle. We played guitar. Anyway, so came down with the guitar holding it up, and we were like, what the fuck? Why is the principal holding up one of the guitars? And then he turned it around. There was a big load of carpets stuck to the back of it because the boys had glued it to the ground. And when he picked it up, it ripped all the carpet up off the back of the yoke.
This is intense.
Oh, stop.
Yeah,
it was very bad. This was full
this
criminal shit. Yeah. This was full criminal shit.
You weren't that, though?
No.
Nah, we weren't. That's like full on vandalism. Like.
No, they found out who did it now, yeah.
Who was it?
I'm not saying who was it.
I think it's fine now at this point.
Oh, is it okay to say it? No,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not saying his name. I nearly did say it there. So I can't fucking contain myself. Anyway, so that was the worst thing that ever happened in our school. So let's get back to the conversation. Oh, that was fucking chronic, man.
Do you know each other pretty well then, so?
Yeah.
Very well.
Each other too well.
Very well. Like better than I'd know my family nearly. Like.
Yeah. We are family now at this stage. To be honest.
Nice. And come here when you.
That's nice. That was the most insincere guy.
Yeah, that's nice. Come here. I'm going to move on there.
Well done.
No, I had another question in my head. You know when you need to be away now gigging, right? Do you all share a room, or is there a snorer in the group?
So we bunked. Me and Ro bunked together.
Right. What's wrong with Johnny?
B and Poodle bunked together.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have your own little group.
Well, see,
or it depends how many is in the travelling party. If there's four,
fairness, the three of us, me and B would bunk together, and then Ted might get his own bed. And
because if it's a double and a single, usually if it's
that sounds like I have a
room,
big ego or something.
And you and Poodle do bunk together.
Yeah.
Does he ever turn into the pit bull at night?
Pitbull in the morning, actually.
Pitbull in the morning. Yeah. And we've had. See, we used to kind of probably go out for a few drinks after a few gigs.
I'd like you.
And myself and Poodle probably stay a little bit later.
Okay. See, that's what I wanted to get to, was what was the reason behind
that's
the split.
Actually,
we stayed just a little bit later.
Also, the boys were single.
Have you significant Ellas? No?
Myself and Ted do, yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
So we'd be bunking together too.
Yeah, who are
and
they?
what's their Instagram?
What's their phone numbers?
You will never find
It's
out.
important now we find out their phone numbers. That's what I'm saying. Joking, that's terrible. So you're the single boy. That's why you and the Poodle.
Yeah.
And does the Poodle have a
well,
beer?
he was at the time.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you're the two single boys now hanging about, trying to see what the crack is. And you're good boys.
Trouble.
Yeah.
We're home in bed by 9.
Do you enjoy the whole live touring thing? Are you more at home here in the studio, or do you like going out doing it?
We love the gigs.
Yeah.
We've some crack out gigs.
Like festival scene especially. Is just
Are you gearing up for a big festival season now? This
Yeah.
summer?
Yeah, we're gearing up for it.
Is it what you're releasing right now? Is it album, or is it just a single?
That's what I was going to ask them.
Yeah. I'm only trying to. We're thinking, Ray.
You're probably a year or two ahead. The heads and you know you're mad for albums. You love albums.
No, I'm not that old.
We're pretty old, yeah. Like
when are you bringing out an album like that?
So that's such a good question, though.
Do you have a CD?
Yeah. No, but that's such a good question, though, because is it all single driven now?
It is.
The game is single driven.
For us, it is.
Yeah.
In our genre, definitely.
So you just. So is it right to say that you just actually every so often release what you would consider to be content. Like, so your single is just there's a little bit of content for a couple of months that'll run.
It's like
and
a
then
campaign.
and then you come up with another little bit
Yeah,
of content
yeah.
that'll run and run and run.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like the content and the music has become all one now. So you got your single creates the content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mad setup now.
And like we were saying earlier on, you have to be very careful with TikTok, like, because you don't want to be perceived as something else as to what it is, but it can also drive huge following.
It is.
You
It's
know?
a tough one.
It's a tough one.
It
TikTok
is.
is tricky.
Yeah.
Like
What's tricky about it? I'm lost there now.
Well, it's just
You know what?
I'm sure everyone else is as well.
That's exactly what's tricky about it.
What's tricky?
It's totally unpredictable. You can't have any sort of
Control, where it
campaign.
goes. Yeah.
You can't go,
Tell
I'm
you-
going to make this trend
It's
happen.
not just about the song anymore.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
But we used to, when we started, we used to like the whole like mysterious kind of thing. Like we wouldn't let too much out of the bag.
That's the old school artist.
And it's
kind
very
of-
old school, like, and only the people at the very, very top get away with that now.
Yeah,
like the very top.
Yeah.
No one cares about that anymore. No
Yeah.
one wants, like,
you were
people
really
want.
good at that, by the way, because like I said, I wouldn't feel like I knew ye.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
come in
Yeah.
and do a gig, you were very much kind of at Chasing Abbey. I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That was kind of our brand.
That was our buzz, and
so
it
you,
was like,
you meant that, and so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
we
That
did,
wasn't
yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
But every single was a big deal, like, you know, because it was
Yeah.
like, oh, here's the boys with another single sort of thing. Where now it's
Very different.
people just want you to hop the song on TikTok for 3 months, and
Make
if
a
it
fool of
doesn't go
yourself.
viral, maybe don't release it because no one cares about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you know what I mean? It's like people want to see you every day, what you're doing, how you like the Lewis Capaldi kind of stuff, where you really know him, like
The
you know
filter's
what.
gone.
There's no filter. There's no like
Yeah.
barrier
sad.
between.
People need to be involved in your life every day
Exactly,
to
yeah,
know
yeah.
you, like, you know.
You're kind of crossing between artist and influencer nearly. Do you know
Yes,
Yeah.
that is such a perfect way of putting
Yeah.
it.
what I mean?
That's
And
exactly
it's
it.
weird
Yeah.
because when we started out, we just were the artists. We
It
wanted
hurts a
to
little
be-
bit because, like, growing up, I was always so, like, looking at the artist and the mysterious of an artist.
Yeah.
That's what made
Yeah.
me want to be an artist
Yeah.
because, oh my God, this person is like a god.
Yeah.
And then you realize that you're just like everyone else.
Yeah.
I have to say, Lewis Capaldi in particular now
Yeah.
is very. He's worse than some of my friends at this point. Like, I see more Lewis Capaldi online than I do of most.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's it, yeah.
And it's just him
And he's
sitting
a
on the
funny
couch.
fucker, though.
He
Yeah,
is
he's
awful
very good,
funny.
yeah.
funny.
He is.
But he has changed the game. He has
Yeah, he has, for
tilted
sure.
the focus for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as you said, like, only the people at the top really get away with it. Like, what's that New Zealand one's name? Sia.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah.
later.
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Don't even know
Yeah, you
her
don't even know
face.
what
No,
her.
yeah,
You
it's
can't
true.
even see her face.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know.
No.
That's amazing.
But she's gone. But I'm just going to write 2,000 songs for everybody.
Or
And I
even
release
like
the good ones.
The Weeknd, I don't think I've heard him speak before. Like actually,
Yeah,
talk.
I couldn't tell you what the weekend looks like. Is it 4 of them? Is it 1 of them?
No, yeah, that's
One.
the thing.
It's
It's
one
one
guy.
fella.
Yeah, one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
it's one
fella.
laddie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Come
So
here.
you'll be working at the weekends.
What?
Yeah, yeah. How would you know
That's good now.
But that's
good.
come here. Like, so what is the idea? Are you traipsing more towards that? We better let people get a little snapshot into who we are. Like,
Why do you think
Yeah.
they're here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
They picked the biggest
Yeah.
podcast in the
I
country.
Exactly.
Let me fucking talking to you.
Yeah. We asked the two jaddies first, but
No, we're definitely embracing it.
Do you
Yeah.
know, throughout the years, everyone has always said to us, you know, you should let people in more. You're funny. You know, you're good crack.
Yeah, it's true.
And
yeah.
we're always like, yeah, sounds good, bro. But like, recently we've been like, okay.
It's funny though. We're only getting messages now of people.
lovely.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're only getting messages now. We noticed of people realizing that we're like good friends. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
before
People
that,
didn't even know
people
that.
didn't
That
know
was another thing.
if we just met up and did a bit of music and fucked off.
I
Yeah.
knew
Do you know
he
what I
was.
mean? Like-
I knew he was good crack, but I didn't know how he felt about each other.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there
this
was,
is it.
there
That's
was
actually
so
so
many
fair.
questions at your gigs. I was going, do these guys even like each other?
It is mad. That's
Isn't that great, though?
We're noticing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a great
we're getting messages.
niche, like, especially in Ireland, like, for people getting to know the Irish artists, like, because they feel like they're friends with them and all
Yes.
that kind of
Yeah,
crap.
for
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
People want to go, that's the Irish lads from Offaly. You
Yeah.
know, everyone knows the boys.
The boys.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
That's how we're viewed in Tullamore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the exact type.
If
of
he
thing.
did a gig in Tullamore now, would it be absolutely stuffed out the door?
Yeah, we did one a couple of weeks ago.
Sorry, with a load of lads that look like you.
Yeah.
Which one of them is
It's
Chase?
like that-
I don't even know it.
It's like that Eminem song was.
Yeah,
the real Slim
yeah,
Shady.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
The bouncers hadn't a clue what was going on.
I wasn't even there. No notice.
No, but it was gas. It was just all the boys, all the friends, you
Yeah.
know, all in the crowd
good
loving
night.
it. It was
And
good
the
crack.
tour this year, where is the tour this year? Like, where are you going to be playing? Or
We have a big announcement coming for.
You can't say it on this.
Next.
That's
can't
been
say it, no.
Isn't that outrageous,
Look, they're
Ray?
still doing what they said they were doing.
Ray,
Can't
We
tell
still
you.
have to keep a little bit.
No,
Keep
that
it
is so nice because we came all the way down here,
Yeah.
set up the camera, set up the mics.
Yeah.
Two and a half hours, right?
A 3-hour setup.
and they won't use our platform for the big announcement.
Yeah,
I tell you, we'll be calling on it now in a
we're
fucking
going
couple
to
of weeks.
Canada. That's a nice one.
Yeah, we're off to Vancouver.
You're immigrating, are you?
Yeah. We're getting the fuck out here.
And J1,
Yeah.
the boy's
Yeah.
got a job at Landscape and he's
Don't-
working in the bar.
We're going over on a holiday visa and we're going to stay
Stay
We're
over.
gonna get an old call center job there. We're fucking
We
mad.
have an old Groove in the Wild festival over in Canada. Vancouver.
That's not the big announcement, is it though?
No.
No,
we
yeah, don't tell us, because I honestly, we haven't
We
enough
have
people.
we have a headline show.
Lovely.
We have a
Oh,
headline
you're on
show.
about that big? We have a few big announcements.
Jeez,
Right.
you're making moves, boys.
Yeah.
Well, listen, tune in to Jason Abbey, because they'll be telling
Yeah,
you.
they'll be telling the two
Later
Johnnies
day.
probably. Yeah, they'll probably tell the two Johnnies on a bigger
Yeah, we're
platform.
on, next week.
just whenever you fuck off out here.
On the basis of on touring and stuff like that, though, have you ever, you know, the way you'd be on multiple bills and there'd be loads of different acts?
Yeah.
Have you any other stories where you might have felt a little bit disrespected or possibly kind of went, "Jeez, this is not enjoyable"? With any other, and you don't have to say who they are, because that's something we've been working on this year on the podcast.
No, don't.
Was there ever any
funny?
funny moments or anything like that working? Because obviously,
Yeah.
you know, three boys rock up in the van with Pitbull in tow.
Pitbull's in the cage at the back.
Yeah, there you are now. This is great, and then all of a sudden,
early
ruins it.
early on for sure. Like we used to roll up to gigs and everyone would be kind of about us.
Yeah.
And then we'd open our mouths and they'd
Yeah.
hear our accent.
Yeah,
And it'd be like,
Would
Don't
these
wanna
be
know yet.
would these be Dublin gigs by any chance?
yes.
Yes, they would. Of course, they would. And you
Yeah.
were here to see the boys now, fucking cold cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And all of a sudden it's just like, oh, they're doing really well, but
Yeah.
listen to them.
yeah,
Yeah.
So a few times we've got that and we've like,
That's
and
interesting. Now.
That's why we went so hard on the culture thing.
Yeah.
So we have like we had a culture kid tour, because we were like, do you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
Just
to embrace
embrace
who
it.
you
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, like you should.
But then as well, to be honest, when we were doing, say, with the other bigger acts on the bills, like, we get there and just try keep to ourselves, don't be annoying them sort of
Yeah.
thing. We used to always have that
We
approach.
put ourselves in their shoes.
The worst
We
thing you
wouldn't
can
want
Yeah.
the
young
worst
fellas
thing you
coming
can
up
do
and
is
saying,
like be really annoying and like, oh, can I get a picture?
Yeah.
yeah.
We actually would be conscious of that going in. We were
Yeah.
like, right, I really like them, but I'm just going to let them do their thing.
Yeah.
And then afterwards be raging that you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, just
I
be-
am raging over
Chainsmokers,
one.
has to
Chainsmokers.
be,
We
yeah.
played with the Chainsmokers in the RDS, right?
Yeah.
And before this was like in the middle of our let's not annoy anyone phase.
You've had so many phases. Let's not open our mouths
But
phase.
the thing,
Let's not annoy anyone, face.
but the thing about the Chainsmokers, looking back on it, they were going around and
Yeah,
they wanted.
they
people to
actually
come up.
wanted,
Yeah.
but
Go
that
ahead.
was a little bit different because it wasn't a big, massive festival. There was only ourselves, Rita,
Yeah.
Chainsmokers,
Yeah.
and they were up for the mingle.
Yeah,
But
they
we were like,
we were
no,
like, nah.
you know what? Leave the boys
Leave the
alone.
boys
Leave
alone.
the boys alone.
That's the only one.
And
that hurts a
now
little.
definitely a little bit raging. So if the Chainsmokers are watching this,
Yeah, come all down to
You
Tullamore.
never,
Yeah, yeah.
you never took a leaf out of Tin Lizzie's book. You know, Phil Leonard, he used to
Tell
tip
me.
around the backstage area when he was supporting acts, actually physically cutting cables.
cutting them,
Cutting the cables.
Why?
Because the main act then would actually
would
be
ask
inhibited.
them for a cable.
Would be inhibited from doing a great performance because stuff wouldn't be working.
Wow.
So then Lizzie go out and play as good a show as they could play. And
So
then when
they steal the
head
show.
came out, then there was a couple. That was
No
a story
fucking
from
way.
the road. Yeah.
That's
We
psychotic
genius.
enough.
We loved Tin Lizzie's, one of our
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah,
bands.
yeah.
We'd all
Jesus.
share that,
I've never heard that story before.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
You telling me Phil Linton was a bastard?
No,
I might
He was
start
a lovely-
cutting up a few ear cables
I
here.
gotta say-
See what happens. Just no one can hear Ray.
Yeah.
This fucking.
It's a little bit much like.
It is, and I worry for the safety too. Because how do you know which is signal and which is power?
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ, man. We don't have to worry about it anymore anyway,
No,
at
in
least.
fairness,
Like,
yeah.
that's mental. And come here, yeah, he's dead, Ray. Okay, so.
Ray's having a moment.
What? When did he go? So come here. So so that's the avenue, right? Let people get to know us a little bit more. Tip around the place.
Yeah.
Doing gigs.
Yeah.
And have you more stuff that's ready to go now?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
we're taking a bit of a different approach this year
Yes.
in terms of releasing music. We're going to start releasing songs that have been around for a good while on SoundCloud, but not actually being radio releases or
Yeah,
songs.
yeah,
It's going to be called The Vault.
The Vault.
Just
Oh,
hop them
jeez.
up on
And it's
SoundCloud.
all of the stuff
yeah.
that, with single releases, there's this big fucking process, and it's like a 6 to 8 week lead time with Spotify, and you gotta get this thing, and you gotta fucking ask this guy to do this fucking thing. And we said, like, we have so much music. We had a meeting in Dublin, and we drove the whole way to Dublin listening to our demos. It was an hour and 20 minutes of our own music, and we were all looking at each other going, what the fuck?
So are you going to like remaster it around like that, or throw it out
look
raw?
over them.
We'll look over them, but we're not going to overwork them.
No, let them out raw.
And if one starts to go, we will then probably make it.
Then we'll go through the process.
Then we'll go through the process.
Oh, I like it. So you're going to test it.
Test it a
Suck
bit.
it and see type thing.
Because it's like, suck it and take half of it and see what happens.
Right there,
Jesus Christ.
Suck it and see. It's a sweet.
Sorry, I get you. Yeah, but I won't say a word.
And like, even when you're going to release a single, like there's usually like 2 or 3 songs in question for the single, and don't say you pick one, but then the other 2 are probably equally as good, but just in terms of personal taste between, say, when we're going picking, one gets chosen and the other 2 are just left to the side and forgotten about it. So now we've so many of those B-sides, as they say.
So wait now. So this is a good one, right? So how do ye get the final say on what gets released, right? Because I've heard loads of stories of acts on the road. You ever heard Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats? He released a song called "Son of a Bitch." Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
give me
know
a
that
drink.
one. Yeah, good tune.
He hated that song, like right, and he didn't even want it on his album.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
Happens
the record label says, Nathaniel, this is the only one that's actually going to pump on the radio, so we're releasing this one.
Yeah.
And he hates it beyond belief.
Wow.
So of the 14 songs that he had ready for release, like that's the one.
Wow.
Yeah. So do you ever find that the song that eventually gets released, you're going, I way would have preferred to release this other one?
Sometimes. Like, sometimes the artist doesn't know which is best, or which his or her best.
Sometimes you're so
song
invested in it.
Yeah.
An outsider can say, gee, boys, listen to that one over there. It might be a better option. Do you know?
Or would you get too emotive about it, where like you're like, but that song means a lot. Like, I wrote that about me dog. He died 15 years ago.
That can be hard. That can be hard. Like, our process is usually us and our management kind of flesh it out and see which one we should release. But like, there has been moments where, exactly like you said, it's like that song means a lot. We wrote it in this moment, and we wrote it over in this recording studio with this guy that we love, and like that, and then that song becomes very important to you, but it mightn't necessarily be very important to anybody else. So there has been moments like that, but like, I think for the last few releases, especially with Lie, it was like pretty unanimous, which is nice.
Yeah, it's also, for most of our releases, what we would do is be playing the song live anyways. And if the song is going down really well live, like Talk to Me, before we released Talk to Me, it was just the best song in our set, even though it wasn't released. We're like, we just obviously going to release this.
That was the killer with the pandemic.
The pandemic fucked us with that, because we were like, right, what are we going to release now? We don't know what the people are liking, you know. But with Lie, it was the same. It was like not a released song, one of the best songs in our set. We're like, sure, obviously going to release.
So
it,
when you released Lie, right, which was, when was it released? Like a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, but how long before that had you Lie in the repertoire? Like,
right.
Like, are we talking 10 years?
Right, here we go. Here we go.
Got a good story.
17 months. 17 months.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
You finally asked.
Well done, Mark.
Right, I'm going into WhatsApp, our group chat.
Lovely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an enjoyable chat.
Oh,
Is there
that would finish us now.
No, that's us finished.
Finished.
Major GGs.
Talk about being no, sorry.
Yes.
1 sec now.
Have you written down this story?
No,
He has. Yeah, he's going to play it.
What Ro's going to get to here is the birth.
So make sure you.
I'm scrolling back to September of 2021.
Jesus.
And the 1st of September 2021.
Yeah.
So this is another little phase we had. We were playing a lot of soccer.
Oh, yup.
Yeah, playing a lot of five-side.
There's no gigs going on, so we had to do something.
We're playing a lot of five-side stuff, and just the 1st September, about 20 to 8, kickoff was obviously 8 o'clock, so I was driving, so I was picking up the 2 boys before he went, and a voice note just landed in with no context, no context, and this was the voice note.
Oh my God.
Yep.
But it started with a lie, 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 lie.
Who?
That was it. That was Ted.
Who's that?
I thought that was Pitbull. That's where he comes into this whole thing. Yeah?
And that's
Just
where it
sending in
all...
random voice notes.
But then my reply was, outside, man. Right? We didn't listen to it. I didn't even listen to it because it was quarter to 8. And then...
Off in 15 minutes.
That's unreal.
And then at 9:20, B wrote in, oh man, this is unreal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just before soccer, ha ha ha, you're some hooer, Conway.
So you just came to you, did it?
I was putting on. I remember I was putting on my football socks.
Very good.
And putting on my shorts, and I just came into my head. I was like, geez, that's fucking.
And like when you hear that now, and not to say, well, like it's obviously very raw, but you both go, there's something in that.
Oh yeah, we heard what it should sound like there and then, you know.
And there are 21 versions.
21. Sure, that's
21 versions.
I'd love to hear the first one. That'd be seriously, like how different is the first one to the 21st one?
Very different.
Very different.
Go away.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
exactly what you were saying. Remember you were saying, is a hook driven or is a feeling driven?
Yeah.
And we had the hook, but we could never get the feeling right.
Exactly.
Go away.
For 20 versions.
All we had was that chorus, and we're like, we just need to make the rest of the song like work with the chorus. Do you know
were
what I
stuck
mean?
for a
like
song at that
production
point.
wise, journey wise, how do you get to that drop?
Yeah.
What comes after it that's going to be satisfying as well, because
Yeah.
it's just such a big moment. Do you know what I mean?
And we played all those 21 different versions live at different gigs. So
Yeah.
we try one
Okay.
version and we'd say, I'm like, oh, I didn't feel
Different
right here.
lyrics, different chord
honestly,
progressions.
Different BPMs.
Literally the
everything.
works
Yeah.
from everything. Like everything you could change in the song, we changed.
We almost lost our minds. I remember we used to have a joke at the time. It was like, will we try lie again?
Yeah, because we do it and leave it there, and then
Did you try it as a quick step?
you'd
You could have tried it as a lovely country song.
Yeah.
So I think it
we
was
tried it as pure.
We should have done
Yeah.
it.
What do you think? 20 versions, a full-on metal version, a full-on rap version.
Yeah, yeah.
a
We
whole
said-
lot.
A
We
wall
sent one.
Yeah, a polka. Good lie.
I tell you, it would fly. We sent one version to Seamus Moore.
But I have to say, that is amazing.
Yeah,
that you
unreal.
put. No, I wouldn't say most people would know that you put that much work into. When they hear the song, they think,
No.
"Oh, Jesus, fair play to them."
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
must
No,
have some
there's-
patience, like. Do you know?
We do and we don't.
Because I'd write a barrel of shite and I'd be like, I better put it out in the next half hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Look, that it's definitely happens as well, where you write something and you think it's the best thing you've ever written, and then you kind of reevaluate and go, maybe not.
We
Yeah.
kind
We
of
call it new
knew.
songs
We just kind of knew that the chorus was something really special. We knew that the rest of it wasn't living
We're
up to it.
persistent fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And-
we
and
sit
it-
here at the desk all day then trying to fucking figure it out.
B is the man on the hub.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're kind of all around it too.
The
though.
three of us are banging heads now for something like that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
three
I'd
of
say
us
that, yeah.
trying different things and
So when version 21 goes out then, right?
yeah.
Are you like, you're like, I think 15 was the best. I don't know, 11 really hit
Boys,
it,
I
like,
actually
you know?
prefer. We did do
Yeah,
that
we did.
before.
Nah, definitely. Before version 21, which we all knew straight away, we were back and forth. It was like, that version was good though, and this
Yeah.
version
Yeah.
was good, and
We're like, can we take a piece of this
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
put it in with that and a piece of that with. What's going on? Oh, it's a
Yeah,
butterfly.
There's a butterfly inside
Yeah.
the studio, lads.
butterfly.
But
Christ
yeah,
almighty.
we were just trying to get something, and we went over to our friend in Brighton. He's producer
Toby.
Scott in Brighton, and we 2 days with him, and we tried to get live, and it wasn't until the morning of the second day
yeah.
we were. Yeah,
away.
we were going to call it all off. We were sitting in a coffee shop
So
before
who?
the
So
session.
do you mix and master it here then? So no, does he do it like
Yeah,
over in
he
Brighton?
mixed it,
Yeah, well, for that
Yeah.
particular song, he did.
Yeah.
Like we had a day with Toby the day before, and we failed again with like.
Go away.
Yeah.
We went in and we tried a different version. And it was fucking. We just
We were
did not
sitting in
work.
the Airbnb about to head home.
You must be driven to bed to
Went
really
to-
Ah,
go
lads.
through
we
that.
went for coffee the next morning, and we were.
That's where it all
Yeah,
changed.
we're all
Yeah.
changed. We're sitting around. We were like the pre-chorus. We had this verse.
Yeah, we had a verse.
We had a verse, and then we had two different versions of verses. Two different verses.
It's mental. It's all
Yeah.
mental.
And then we were trying both versions with this pre-chorus, and it wasn't until that morning we realised the pre-chorus wasn't the one,
Yeah.
and we put one of the verses.
It's funny. The pre-chorus was the key.
Yeah.
And we were sat in the coffee shop, and I had a like a shaker, a salt and pepper container,
Yeah.
and I was drumming with the so I was keeping beat with the thing. and
Driving people demented.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
honestly, everybody was looking at us, and we were singing this pre-chorus, and we were getting the words and stuff, and then we just when we got the words, we sang it from verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and we just went, "That's it!"
And we literally went into Toby, and we said, Toby, we have it. And we did it. We did the whole song in about 3 hours, and we said,
Go away.
Fucking
After
have
spending 2 years on it, we didn't.
Yeah.
What the fuck was in the coffee?
Honestly,
I know, it was a
honestly.
nice spa.
It was.
Obviously it was.
Fucking, we may
went
go
and drank
back.
a heap of pints then, was
Yeah,
great.
We
Yup,
did,
yup,
did
yeah.
actually. Yeah.
I hope it goes well for you now after all the
I
work.
know.
Yeah.
No,
Please
no,
God.
shame if it
But
didn't.
look, that's part of it.
Are you able to tip down the town now and have a small one inside in Tullamore? Like,
Oh,
could you-
yeah.
you know?
That is
yeah.
a pub.
Yeah.
Brewery
Yeah,
Tap.
Brewery Tap, yeah.
So that's
That's
our
our local.
local, mate.
Oh, gee. Would we be welcome in there now?
Bye.
Oh, absolutely.
You would.
Let's book a shagger. Let's get out of it, lads.
Lovely
All of us
food.
tonight. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Well, if you wouldn't a gig,
Yeah,
we
I
could do
know.
that.
I do have to run
I'm
after
2
this.
tins in here. I'm ready.
Yeah,
to
you're
go.
ready to go. Jesus.
I have a few things to wrap up the podcast. That's all right.
Oh, yeah, go on ahead, lovey.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add? Any other business?
Where can people be following you?
At
Bar
Chase
home.
Abbey.
At Chase and Abbey.
Right.
ABBEY.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere. Across, live across the nation.
Lovely.
And where
You
would,
talk.
where would they get the insight? This insight now that you've switched to, as in, would you be very active on
Oh yeah,
TikTok?
we're very active now on
Everywhere.
We're
Everywhere.
Yeah.
fucking balls to the wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Fair
So
play to
that's lads. I wish you all the best to it as well. And
Lovely.
sorry if there was any relative ignorance on my part. I'm
No,
not.
no,
Not
no,
at all.
no,
You're
no,
well
That's
behaved, I
it.
thought.
I tried my best. as
You're
well.
biting your lip a little bit.
I'm very aware that this is the one thing I will say. Like, and I said it to you beforehand. I'm very aware that there's a lot of people out to get me on TikTok. now at the moment.
I thought you were going to say
And the
that
last
there's,
thing I
there's three
wanna-
of us.
The last thing I want to add is the full force of Tullamore and Jason Abbey's following coming down on top of me as well.
You wouldn't get past the fucking.
There's no
crossroads
way.
down there.
Wait till
yeah.
people gets a hold of you now.
You are finished.
You are finished.
Stop.
I have 2 shout-outs too.
You have 2 shout-outs, Ray. Go on ahead.
I have a mailman in New York.
What?
Yeah.
What
Would
do you
you
mean?
believe a mailman in New York listen to us?
Go away. What's his name?
Not a mailman. I know that could actually be taken.
A mailman. There's a
Yeah,
well, you
there's
have
a
to
mail
distinguish
fella.
nowadays. It is in fact a mailman. Yeah. Who is it?
I'll have
Postman Pat?
I have the name of Colum.
On
Postman
Push, is
Colum.
it?
He's
Postman
from,
Colum.
from Dunleary originally.
Oh.
And apparently he's flat out listening to us doing the rounds in New York.
No shaking
Go on,
range.
call him by.
Marvellous to know.
Fair
and
play to him.
his, I don't know, some lady belonging to him said he thinks you're great.
And this lady belongs to him.
Yeah.
And she said,
She messaged us and she said, will you give Colum a shout
I
out?
belong to Colum and
Yeah.
will you give him a shout out?
Yeah.
Well, Colum, best of luck, boy. Make sure the Postman Pat parcels get wherever they need to be going.
And we
Who's the
also
next one?
have to,
Postman.
Martina Conlon.
Martina Conlon, we
I
have
have
shout
no
out.
idea why.
Well, Martina-
Brendan, who is Martina Conlon? You just...
I met the other night at a dinner, and she works in the ATU.
She works in the
yeah,
ATU.
Very good. Fair play to Martina.
Lovely. Well, Martina, thanks very much for
This
the
is
support.
the local radio element of the
Lovely.
podcast.
Yeah,
you know?
we do.
And
It's
next
50
to
quid.
obituaries.
I like that.
The local
This
news.
podcast is dead. Actually,
I can imagine you now on Instagram Live one, and a big shout out down there now to it works like.
so
People
what's
like it.
the one thing I will finish with you lads, right, is let's say the electronic dance hop pop doesn't work out. Are we going to start a country band or what are we going to do? Like,
We'll have to do.
We'll have to
would
do
you go on
something.
the road and take on the likes of Denver and Derek Ryan and Nathan Carter and all them?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's plenty of young ones in it.
I wouldn't not enjoy it.
Yeah.
No, I think we're after starting a brand new band, lads.
Yeah.
That's great.
But I will say one thing, and the likes of the songs you're bringing out, there's a very, 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 very high chance that you're most likely not going to be doing things like this in a couple of years' time.
That's
I
right.
appreciate
You won't
it.
have to deal with
Thanks,
those.
I'd
Ray,
like to
bye.
thank
Appreciate
you
that. Thank
on
you.
behalf of the podcast. This will be something we'll tell our children. You know them chasing Abbey lads. You know the massive
The
one.
Chase and Abbeys.
Yeah, they
The Abbey
actually.
Chasers.
We
The
got
Abbey
an interview with
Chasers.
them. You know, on the
Yeah.
way up.
Yeah, we met them on the way up while we were very much on the way down. So we met somewhere in the middle.
Not all, boys. We're big fans of the
Yeah,
podcast
big
as well.
fans, yeah.
Thanks
Thanks very
very
much for coming down.
Thanks
for
very
making
much,
the
lads.
journey
Do
down,
you want
yeah.
to do, at the end of every episode, we do a fair play to me, right? So
Right.
Ray says fair play to me, I say fair play to me, and then you can do it, and then we just say good luck all together, and
Yeah.
then that's a
Nice.
good way of finishing, right?
Right.
So let's try this and see if it works. Ray,
Right.
fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Oh, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck!
Good luck.
Good luck!
You didn't do your fair play to me.
I did.
You didn't.
I shagged
I was
not.
waiting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why you were
you
sitting
skipped
looking
it.
at
Let's try it again then, lads, because I'm not even in a
For
panic
fuck's
right
sake.
now.
really quick. 1, 2, 3. Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.
There you go.
That's perfect. That was all shit. Don't fucking blip me like that. Fucking prick.
I'm savage, boys.
It's Kendy and Raybo's podcast, coming at you with the freshest podcast. It's a podcast.
Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre of Wonderful Food Items and the Blind Tiger's Fruity Cocktail Drinks with alcohol. You're after fucking it up, Brendan.